Yeah. So previously we had done like detailed webinars on blockchain, and this time we have planned to do a webinar which can give you insights about the blockchain technology, as well as like who are more interested in learning and understanding about the artificial intelligence AI. So this time we are doing a combined webinar for sharing the information and insights about the blockchain and artificial intelligence technology. So this is the agenda of our webinar, where we will cover the basics around the blockchain webinar. What is blockchain? Why the blockchain is upcoming important technology? Why everyone should invest in learning and adopting blockchain technology? And everyone already know about the artificial intelligence. Like what is the role and what is the requirement of artificial intelligence? And in a short while, we will share like uh, about ourselves as well, like who we are, what we are doing, and like why and how, what are our plans as a blockchain and AI block startup company, what we are doing, and how we can associate it with each other uh, to get the uh, to take the technology innovation at the next level. So soon we will start. I think a few more people are we are waiting, and we will start from 12 onwards. So Ravi has joined. So other people also can share like what they are doing. Are they students, or are you doing like from which background you are? Are you doing any job? Are you a student? And what kind of objective you have in your mind for joining this webinar. So you can share in chat window so that we can get the idea like from where our audience is and what is the objective in their mind and what they are doing, so that we can make it more useful for you. Utkarsh, what this message is coming for us? Is it from the some attendee side?
Which message, Dhruv?
I'm getting a message fireflies.ai note taker.
No, no, it is not from that. It is the AI that's taking notes from the book.
So
You
we
can
need to
cross.
decline it,
Yes,
right?
you
We
can
don't
decline.
need.
Yes, yes, you can.
So hello Tanmay, hello Varsha, hello Mokshit. You all can let us know. Oh, 12th grade. Great. So it is great like the students who are in 12th standard only also so much aware and interested about the technology and taking participation in the webinar. And after completion of this webinar, you all will get the certificate from our side as well, that you had attended the this webinar, and now you have the basic understanding about the blockchain and AI technology. So already 20 BTech second year. Okay, Varsha, great. Yes, it is the right time when you are at your education side time. You can decide like which technology you need to explore and in which technology you need to create your career. Priyanshu, also BTech second year student. Okay. Yeah, it's the right time. BTech second year, BTech third year to explore the technology and do some hands-on around the technology, and then decide like in which technology you need to make your career. And nowadays technology is it's not like that. You need to, in any technology you should get hands-on and you need to get deep down, then only, because your competition is not with the other developers. Now you are competing or you are collaborating with AI. because we already know that most of the development work can be done with the help of AI, but AI alone cannot uh, like do the complete work. So AI can help you, but in order to collaborate and work with AI, as a developer, you should have a deep down understanding of any of the technology, as well as you should have hands-on, deep hands-on and understanding about the technology. Then only this makes sense to choose and work on the technology. So, like more efforts and more deep down efforts are required nowadays. Saransh from BTech third year. Okay. Hi Dharmesh. Hi Hiral. Hi, I'm pronouncing rightly. Tanmay BTech fourth year, joining from Bangalore. Okay, great. Tanmay already familiar with blockchain, Solidity, Rust, and learned and made few projects. Okay, great, Tanmay. Okay. So, hi Kushal. Okay, so now I think Utkarsh we can start with, right? So we can start sharing the presentation and we can start.
Hmm.
I think record is already happening. Okay. Can you, yes. So can you move to the next? So as I already told about you that this webinar is about the blockchain and AI technology, like what is blockchain technology, what is AI, and how blockchain and AI shaping the future. So this is all about, and let me introduce my company, like DigiChain Pioneers. So DigiChain Pioneers is a blockchain and AI startup, and what we are doing, like we have a twofold mission, like in order to fill the gap, which is training, education, and consulting gap, which is currently available into the market around blockchain technology, because everyone is talking about the blockchain, everyone is talking theoretically about the blockchain, but there are really very few people or very few mass who actually understands deep down about the blockchain technology and how this blockchain technology is shaping the future. And along with this blockchain technology, we are working on the AI side as well. And nowadays, you must have heard about the agentic AI, which is going to change our uh, future very soon, or the way we are used to working here in this time. In soon, the agents will take a lot of role into the future. Okay. And the other thing is that on the other side, we want to empower businesses and individuals as well by developing products and services which can solve the real pain problem around the blockchain and AI technology. So we are working on both the sides, on the education side of blockchain and AI, and on the other side, we are working on developing product and services on the blockchain and AI. So this is all about our introduction. We are based on Noida, and it's been around 7 to 8 months. We already had started, and we are working on various projects. We are various real life projects which we are working on, and currently we are incubated with IIM Lucknow as well. So together with IIM Lucknow, we are developing projects on real world asset tokenization, and we are associated with Kerala Blockchain Academy as well. So we are working closely on the blockchain and AI technology. Okay, next. Next, yes. So this is my introduction. Like I did 17 years job into the IT industry, and I did work on various companies like Global Logic, IDEMIA, Telrex, Tomia. So I worked 17 years into the IT industry, and then I realized that blockchain and AI is the technology which can change the future, and I should also jump into this technology to create some real difference, to make some difference, and develop some products and solutions which can solve the real pain which is currently available into the market. As well as I already told you that we are fulfilling the education, training, and consulting gap into the blockchain and AI technology. As per my like education, like I did various certifications like Scrum. I am a certified Scrum Master, certified Product Owner, certified Web3 professional, certified Blockchain expert, certified Crypto expert, as well as I did my MCA and I did Strategic Product Management 1 year program with IIM Vishakhapatnam. I did my Business Administration and Management program with IIM Kozhikode, and I did my fintech and blockchain program with ISB Hyderabad. So it's not since last 2 3 years, like I spend a lot of time in understanding the blockchain technology, AI technology, and how this technology is shaping the future. And on the basis of all these, we are developing real product and services and providing the education and training to the uh, persons and industry people who are needed. Okay, next. So, like we did research, like it's not like that one day we just thought that we need to open our venture into the blockchain technology and we started. We did a deep down research, like what is the scope of blockchain technology at India level, what is the scope of blockchain technology at global level, and we came to know that currently we are sitting at 2026, and in upcoming next 5 years there is a huge potential and huge market opportunities available at both India level and global level in blockchain technology. So if you see the data, research data, it is showing that there is a massive CAGR growth, explosive growth is available on blockchain technology. And why we should start investing in blockchain and AI technology now? Because AI, of course, is there since a few years, but again, agentic AI, which we will make you understand, is the latest. Like there are generative AI, there are other kind of AI technologies, but agentic AI is the latest where the things are going to the change. And why we should start, like we can be a early mover, and there is a massive skill gap and job security. Of course, jobs are available into the blockchain. It's not like that jobs are not available, but yes, you, as I already told in starting, that you should have a very deep down understanding, you should have a practical knowledge, you should have a hands-on exposure on blockchain technology. Then this technology is a global technology, like all around the world, various countries like Middle East, Dubai, and Middle East is the biggest market where blockchain developer requirement or blockchain roles jobs are required. And then Germany, Ireland, UK, US, like every country is working around the blockchain technology, like CBDC, central bank digital currency, stable coins, cross-border payments. There are crypto coins. There are various use cases which are being developed on blockchain, being used on blockchain, and continuous demand is getting increased on blockchain technology. So this is the right time. If you get enter into the blockchain technology, this could be a game changer for anyone who is interested and want to explore their career in blockchain technology. Next. So like why understand and learn blockchain? Because what is because with the help of like with the innovation of AI, the trust factor is getting deficient. Like with the help of AI, we can generate any of the fake documents or any fake videos. Anything can be generated with the help of generative AI. But what blockchain is doing, blockchain is like generating the trust. Blockchain is the technology which is being used into the market for developing the trust, where trust is the problem. So with the help of blockchain technology, trust can be issued. Trust, transparency, scalability, and speed, immutability. Once anything is written on blockchain, then no one can delete the data from the blockchain. Once anything recorded onto the blockchain, that will remain always there. That means no one can change the data, and blockchain works on decentralized framework where no central authority is governing the platform. So it's a kind of a technology which is being handled by the autonomous software automatically, smart contracts being written into the backend. So everything is being managed in decentralized manner. Trust is there, transparency is there, immutability is there, security is there, speed is there. Bitcoin, one of the example from the financial thing, Bitcoin is there. Like Bitcoin is a kind of a digital gold. Ethereum is being used for a different use case. Solana is being used for a different use case. Polygon is being solving a different use case. So there are different layer one, layer two blockchains are available into the market. So blockchain are solving many of the issues. Next, next Utkarsh. So now like our developer Utkarsh, who is like developing the blockchain solutions day and night, real blockchain development solutions for our company. He will take you through for the blockchain concepts, and he will guide you and make you understand like what is blockchain and the details about the blockchain technology, as well as he will take you to the AI guidance as well in this session. So I'm handing over the session to Utkarsh now.
So thank you, Varun, for giving all the introduction about DG chain and the blockchain technology. So in this webinar, guys, we will cover one of the main, we can say the advanced topics, or we can say the transformative technologies, which are uh, people think that they are very complex, they are very advanced. So after attending this webinar, you will not only understand what is blockchain and what is AI. Like everyone know little bit about like what is blockchain. Everyone heard about all these terms, like what is blockchain, what is artificial intelligence, chat GPT, Claude. Everyone knows about that. But the main agenda, or we can say the main aim of this webinar is to not only give you the definition of that, like this is blockchain, AI is ChatGPT, and not like that. It will give you a little bit of deep understanding. So not only you get to know what are these technologies, you can also explain it to others as well, and explain it in such a manner that you also know in depth about them. So we will try to cover these two, one of the most transformative technologies in this 2 hour webinar. In the first half, we will cover with the blockchain, and then in the second half, we will jump to the AI part. So let's start with the topic, what is blockchain? So before understanding blockchain, first of all, read this definition. A blockchain is a decentralized digital ledger shared across computers. So what does this mean? Before understanding blockchain, we have to understand three simple terms. First is decentralization, second is ledger, and the third is nodes. So what is decentralization? So before decentralization also, you have to understand centralization. So centralization is the way in which the power or the decision making is is dependent on a single centered authority. Like to take a decision, to make any changes or anything, it is dependent on a single authority. And decentralization is the opposite to that. Like the decision making power, or we can say any the power is not saturated or not centered on a single point. It is decentralized on multiple networks. So let's suppose you have to make any decision. There you cannot make it alone, or you cannot, or not any single authority can take that decision. It will be decentralized on the multiple nodes. So this is decentralization. Now second, what is ledger? So ledger is a, we can say that records, like these are the set of records which are maintained, and digital ledger are which are stored on the computer. Let's suppose you are storing that transaction in your copy, that is also a ledger, but digital ledger is stored on the computer. So you have understood decentralization, ledger, and the third one is nodes. So nodes are the computers in that network. In the simple language, you can understand it like that, that nodes are the computers running in a network. So you have understood three words: decentralization, ledger, and nodes. So blockchain is just a decentralized ledger running in a network of nodes. So what does this mean? We will understand this better by this example of, let's take an example of five people. Or let's not five people, let's take the example of five friends. They maintain the records of who borrowed how much money from them, and which person owes how much money of each other. So they maintain a record, and they maintain that record in a copy. So let's suppose that Varun has given me 200 rupees. I give Prajwal 100 rupees. So this is the set of record. This is a ledger. And we rewrite this in a copy. Now, just imagine if the control of that copy, or that copy is kept with me only, then what can be the limitations of that? you can simply understood that I can definitely make some changes into that copy and no one will know. So by this simple example, you can already imagine that what is the problem with the centralization. If that copy is with me only, I can simply tamper the data, I can modify the data, or I can do anything, and no one will ever know because as this is the simple example, only 5 people. But if there are more than that people, like hundreds of people, no one can notice if the copy is with me. So, what is the solution of this problem? So the solution of this problem is the term which we have just studied, decentralization. Instead of giving that copy to me, or instead of giving that copy to a single person, we can give the copy of that copy to everyone present in that network. So the copy of that transaction is with me also, with Varun also, with Prajwal and all the other participants present in that network. So now you can imagine, now if I will do any changes in the transaction made in that copy, everyone will see that transaction that of course is trying to modify this transaction, and in this way the immutability, or we can say I cannot change the data in that network. This is the main principle of the blockchain, that it is a decentralized ledger stored on the multiple computers. Now multiple questions can come in your mind, like there are only 5 people, but in the blockchain there are thousands of computers, there are across all the nation, and we don't even know them. So how they get agreed to the system that yes, this transaction is valid, this transaction is not valid? We will come to that part as well. But first, you understand the essence of the blockchain, that what is the blockchain. So now this one line definition will make sense, that blockchain is a decentralized digital ledger stored across the multiple computers. So this is just the simple definition of the blockchain, but there is a whole story running in the background. We will jump on that topic as well. So these are some of the characteristics of the blockchain. First of all, it is transparent. Like every in the public blockchain, like every transaction, or we can say that every execution happening on the blockchain is transparent, and no one can hide that transaction. It is completely transparent, and even you can view that transaction which is happening on the blockchain. Second characteristic is immutable, and it is one of the very important characteristic of the blockchain, immutable. So what does immutable means? That once the data is stored on the blockchain, it cannot be changed. And if someone tries to change this, then what happens? That we will see later in the section. Then the third characteristic is decentralized, and the decision making power, or we can say the execution, is not limited or not centered to a single entity. It is decentralized on the multiple nodes. So this is the third option. And the fourth is the trustless. Like here, system is completely trusted, and you don't need to like trust anyone. Here, the trust is based on the mathematical hashing, or we can say the cryptographic hashes. So what is this hashing and what is this? Everything we will get to know. But the main objective was to make you understand what is the core of the blockchain. So there can be multiple questions at your point, like how they get agreed to a transaction, how this transaction gets stored in the blockchain, what is blockchain, how immutability is actually ensured in the blockchain. We will get to know about that in the next step. So before jumping to the more advanced topic, let's understand what is the life cycle of a transaction in a blockchain. So what is a transaction? Like it is just a simple execution on the blockchain, how the data gets stored and everything. So if you understand this slide, you will get to know the essence of the blockchain from the very deep. So let's start. Let's suppose take the example like Varun sends me 200 rupees. Now what will happen? Let's suppose on the blockchain, Varun sends me 200 rupees. So the transaction is initiated. These are the steps of the transaction in a blockchain. Varun sends me 200 rupees. This is the transaction. And that transaction gets stored in the block. So block is the entity of the blockchain. Like the blockchain is made up of the different blocks. They are connected to each other through chains. So let's understand this. Like Varun gives me 200 rupees. Now that transaction gets stored into the block. Now that transaction and now the block can store multiple transactions, but let's here only understand that Varun is sending me 200. This transaction is stored in the block. Now that block is broadcasted onto the all the nodes, or we can say all the computers present in that network. And then there are some validators in we can say there are miners. You have heard about this term mining in the blockchain. So what does these miners do? They see this transaction that Varun has given 200 rupees to Utkarsh, and then that miners see the transaction. They verify that yes, this transaction is legit. Then they verify this transaction, and after their verification only, that block is added to the blockchain. So, and once the block is added to the blockchain, it can never be manipulated, or it can never be changed, or it can never be modified. This is what we call immutability. Now, how this is ensured? That even after the block is added in the blockchain, how can you can ask this question that why even after adding the block in the blockchain, someone cannot mutate that change. This way you will get better understanding when you will understand what is hashing. So we will understand the hashing in the later slide, but keep this question in your mind that even after the block is added in the blockchain, then also why cannot someone change the data in the blockchain? So this is the life cycle of a transaction in the blockchain. A transaction is initiated, it added in the block, that block is broadcasted on all the networks in the present, all the nodes we can say, or all the computers in that network. The miners validate that transaction, and then that transaction get added into the block. Now, one more question here arises that why these miners validate this transaction, like what they get in the return. So they get some percentage of the block as a reward, like the miners which validate the transaction, and if that block gets added to the blockchain, that miners get some amount of money which is known as the block reward. So that's why they sit on the network and validate this transaction. So this is the complete execution, or we can say the life cycle of the transaction in a blockchain. So these are some of the use cases of the blockchain, like for the secure identity, like as the identity is the most important step, or we can say there are lots of tampering happening in the identity part, like fake degrees, fake everything. So this is one of the main use case where blockchain can be used. Now the blockchain is also used in the payments. You have heard about the Bitcoin, the most famous and the first application of the blockchain. It can be used for payments also. It can store for the record. It can be used for the record keeping as well, as it offer a secure way to store the data, immutable way. So these are some of the use cases for individual and business. This is the theory level. So what are smart contracts? This is the topic which we have covered in very much detail in our previous webinar. You can watch it on the YouTube as well, recording. So smart contract for now, you can ignore it, or we can say it is just a simple executable codes running on the blockchain. Like before the development of Ethereum, the blockchain was just limited to the Bitcoin. But after the development of Ethereum, the whole internet, or we can say the whole application gets started building on the blockchain. So we will not go much deeper into that, as this is a specific topic in itself. So you can watch that to get the better understanding of what is smart contract. Now, in the second slide, I've asked one question, like what happen if the block is added to the blockchain and then also someone tries to change that data. So there is a term which you need to understand, that hashing. So hashing is converting any data into a fixed length of cryptographic string. So hash is we can say a cryptographic string which of unique numbers, which can be derived from its input. Let's suppose that here is hello world is written, and there is the hash of this hello world. You can see this random number. And if we have done a very minor change, we have just changed the W from capital to small, you can say this hash changes significantly. Now, how this hash is calculated, that is a different part. There is some mathematical computation behind this, that we compute this hash from this string. So this is hello world string, and this is the hash of this string. And if we change just a capital W to small w, you can see how this hash changes significantly. So this is the hashing. Now, how this is linked with the previous question, that if the block is added to the blockchain, then also you can, if someone tries to change the block, they cannot change. So I will take you to one image here to understand this more clearly, that how the immutability, or we can say the data cannot be changed once it is stored on the blockchain.
There is one question. Someone has raised hand. I can unmute him so that he can put his question. Is it okay to take this question at this moment, or shall we cover the topic and then you will take the question, or we can take the question?
You can take the question.
Okay. So I'm unmuting, but yes. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
hello, sir, can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Sir, I wanna ask, like in hashing, if hello world is stored in a particular hash, like SHA 256, so we have its hello word hash. If we are if someone मतलब हम कहीं और hello world use करते हैं तो उसका same ही hash generate होगा अगर same word है.
There are different type of encryption method. In SHA 256 algorithm, that hash is always the same, but there are some other, they are like AES.
हम इसमें salt वगैरह ऐड नहीं करें तो hash तो हमें
yes like there are the other encryption method like AES 256 and other. There you will not, as in SHA 256 algorithm, it is just dependent on the input, like hello world is the input here. So in SHA 256 algorithm, it is dependent on that. So it always generates the same hash for that input. But let's suppose if you, as you are saying that if you add some salt, like in AES 256 algorithm, you take the input and then you salt it with some 32 bytes of integer as well. So for every input, it generates a different hash. But in SHA 256 algorithm, which is used in the blockchain here, it is same for every input provided to it. And any simple change into that input change the hash significantly. So as you question that, yes, it will generate the same output for that. But to tackle this problem, there are some other encryption method which you already mentioned, that adding the salt to it, which we do in the AES 256 and other encryption algorithm. So I hope it is clear to you.
Yes, like AES is advanced, so I thought like you said SHA is used for
Hmm.
hashing, but SHA is an old hashing algorithm that
SHA is being used
I
for
will explain.
Bitcoin encryption, right?
I will tell you
So
how this is ensured in here. Yes, Varun.
okay.
Are you saying something, Varun?
no, I was saying that SHA is a Bitcoin encryption mechanism. So, as you told that other blockchain technologies are using the other encryption mechanisms. So, it depends on the use cases. Like I want to highlight that every technology and every aspect of the technology is having their pros and cons. So, whenever we try to define the solution, we need to see what is the requirement, and if requirement is around the like safe security is the most important, or scalability is the most important, or the other aspect speed is the most important, so then we need to decide like which will go the best for the solution, and then we take a call like what encryption method or which blockchain we should use for the defined solution. But every technology and everything has its own characteristics. Yes.
So, if you understand this diagram, you will understand, like, it is one of the most important question in the interviews as well, like how the immutability is stored in the blockchain. Like we all understood that transaction happens in the blockchain, transaction get stored in the block get added to the blockchain after we getting verified by the miners. But what happen if someone tries to change the data after the block gets added to the blockchain? So how this is ensured? So you have understood hashing as well, like what is hashing? It is converting a string into some cryptographic hash using some algorithms. So this immutability is in blockchain is stored with this term known as hashing. What happens in the blockchain? Once the block with all the transaction gets added in the blockchain, let's suppose this block N is added in the blockchain after all the transaction and validation, this block is added. And now this block is connected to the previous block, and this block is also connected to each other through that hash. And how this hash is calculated? Now that's the thing. As you have told that hello world is a string, some mathematical computation happens and that hash is calculated. In the block, that hash is calculated by some things like the timestamp of the timestamp is the time at which the block is added. So timestamp nuns, for nuns you can what is nuns? Nuns is just a random number for now, you can understand this nuns, and this so this all the and the previous block hash. So all these components, all these components which you are seeing, header, previous hash, timestamp, nuns, these all the parameters, or we can say all the elements of the block, are used to calculate that hash. So you can see one of the main important part is here, this previous block hash. Please note that we will explain how just changing the one block will invalidate all the blocks in the blockchain. So let's suppose I change some data here. Transaction here changes, and once it changes, my hash of this block changes. And as this block is connected, you can see the previous block hash. As the hash of this block changes, and this block is connected to this block through this previous hash, so this hash also changes. So the connection from this block breaks. So, and there are only 3 blocks. You can imagine it like there are 4, 5, 6 more blocks here. So as this chain continues, this hash breaks, this connection breaks, and the hash of this block changes. And as the next block is also connected to this block through this previous hash, that connection also breaks. So you can imagine how changing a single transaction, or we can say if someone tries to change a single transaction, the whole block after that becomes invalid. I hope you understand how. Let me explain this one more time if this is getting a little complex. This is the block. It contains this sum of the elements. You can, for now, just focus on this hash, previous block hash. this is the hash. This hash is calculated with some algorithm. Now this all the blocks are connected. Blockchain is valid. I changed the data here, and once I change the data, the input changes of the hash. So the hash of this block changes, and as this block is connected to this block through this previous hash, and the hash of this block is already changed, so this blocks disconnect from this block, and similarly the block from the next, this has also changes. So the as the next block is also connected from this block to that previous hash, that block also break. So in this way, changing a simple data in a one block only invalidates all the blockchain, as all the blocks are connected. So the simple answer of this question is, as the previous block, as the current block is connected from the previous block through the hash through the previous hash of that block, and if we change the data in that block, the whole blocks become invalid. So this is the simple answer of this question, how the immutability is ensured into the blockchain. So here you can see it is just a simple block. As I've told that this blocks contains lots of transaction. Let me visualize this even more by going on to the block explorer of Bitcoin. So the simple image which you are seeing here, it is just a simple square block. How this is storing lots of transaction, how this is getting stored in the blockchain, you can understand it better. So the simple structure which you are seeing here, just a simple square, or we can say cube. This is the actual structure of our real block. This is the Bitcoin blockchain explorer, where you can, as I've already told that blockchain is transparent. So all the transactions which are happening, you can see here. So this is the real structure of a complete block. See, you can see the small dots. Some dots are small, some dots are little bigger, and some are even bigger. So these are the transaction. And why the sizes of these blocks are different? Because it depends upon the size of the transaction. Some transaction may be simple, so they are small. Some transaction can be bigger than that, so they are little bit bigger. Some can have a very complex execution, so they are very big, you can see. So these small, big and bigger, these all transactions combine into the block, and depends upon the sum. Every block has its block capacity. So it depends upon, let's suppose you have a memory card, let's suppose it's of 2 GB. So you are filling it with the some of the files, some are of 2 MB, some are of 10 MB, some are of 15 MB. So these blocks get filled. So once these blocks get filled with all the transaction of different sizes, and once it reaches this block capacity, it gets added here. So this is the correct, and you can see the all the blocks which are added in the blockchain. You can also go to the first block which is added. So these are all the blocks, all the transaction happening in the earth currently. So these are all the blocks which are, you can see, this is all the sets of record. All the blocks hold lots of transaction and get stored in the blockchain. And this all are connected to that chain, to that hashing algorithm which we have talked about. So this is the complete picture of the blockchain. This is the real structure of the block, how a blockchain is connected to each other through hashing. What happens if someone tries to change the data into the blockchain? This is the complete picture. So which you can understand. Don't just think that this is just a block. This is the complete structure of the block. You can see how it is stored lots of transaction. So I hope it is clear to you till here, like what is the life cycle, what is the life cycle of the execution of the, how the transaction happens, how that gets stored on the block. Then that blocks get broadcasted to all the computers. Then there are the miners who see and verifies that transaction. And then after their verification, that block get added to the blockchain, and the immutability is stored to hashing. So this is the complete picture of the blockchain. So let's jump to the next slide. Like most of the people are confused. Like if you are already into the blockchain, then this is a very basic topic for you. But for the people who are little bit new here, like they confuse in between Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency. They think that they are all just same things, like blockchain, Bitcoin, everything is like same. So blockchain, we have already understood, blockchain is this technology, this decentralized ledger stored on the multiple computers. This is complete blockchain. Now, Bitcoin is the application of this blockchain technology. This was proposed by Satoshi Nakamoto. This is a digital currency based on this blockchain technology. This whole picture we have just talked about, that this whole decentralization and validation, blocks adding, this is the blockchain, and Bitcoin is based on this technology. Let's suppose internet is the technology, and Gmail, Facebook, Instagrams are the applications built on that technology. So blockchain is the technology, and Bitcoin is the application of this technology. And cryptocurrency is the broader term given to all the currencies present based on the blockchain technology, like Bitcoin, or like meme coins also, which you understand. Like Bitcoin is also a cryptocurrency, but it is one of the most famous cryptocurrency, and everyone knows about this. So this is the main difference. You can see this slide as well, but this is the main difference like between Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency. So let's suppose in interview someone asks, what is that? Because this is a general question for the beginner level. Someone can ask you what is the difference between Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency. So you can answer that blockchain is the technology and Bitcoin is the application built on the blockchain technology. And you can give that example of Gmail, Facebook, and everything. So this is the difference between Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency. Now we jump to the one more theoretical topic. This is also very, very important from the interview
Utkarsh,
point of view.
do you
Yes,
need to change the presentation mode or is it's okay? Because I am not.
yes, yes, Varun. So I hope you understood that what is blockchain, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin. So let's understand
Yes, and
what is Web3.
cryptocurrency is only one of the application of the blockchain use cases. Currently, you might heard about the tokenization, which is a coming as a like everything will be getting tokenized and will bring on to the blockchain into the future, where you will get a token kind of like ownership of any of the real world asset, like it could be a gold, it could be a real estate, it could be a art, it could be a watches, it could be a collectibles. So tokenization and the cross border payment like remittances, like currently if we need to send the rupee or money from one country to another, then centralized banks will be involved, then forex charges will be involved, then 2 3 to 7 days will take to transfer the amount from one country to another. But with the help of cross border payments, that can be resolved within a seconds, like within a few seconds you can transfer the money or in form of a cryptocurrency from one country to another. Then I already told you stable coins, CBDC. Then there are like lending, pooling, like staking, and like you must have heard about the Aave, Uniswap, where there is a liquidity pools is available as a blockchain application where cryptocurrencies are being taken on a loan and on interest and all. So there are various use cases available around the blockchain, and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is one of the use case around blockchain, which was very popular and still popular. But there are lots of other use cases also coming into the market and global world.
So now let's jump to the Varun has explained the cryptocurrency part and at a broader term that don't just associate blockchain with the cryptocurrency. So this is the one of the main myth, or we can say that most people just associate that blockchain is Bitcoin, Bitcoin is blockchain, and that's it. But the examples Varun just mentioned here, like Aave, Uniswap, these are the decentralized application built on the blockchain. So blockchain is the broader picture from the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just one of the application from the blockchain space. So now let's jump to the Web3. What is Web3? So before understanding Web3, we have to understand Web2, Web1, Web2, and then we can jump to the Web3 part. So this is the evolution of internet. Like in the initial,
Utkar, just a
are you
second.
asking any?
Someone is asking, try to asking question. I think I don't know the name of him. His.
Yes, yes, mine.
Hello.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, excuse me, sir. Actually, I want to ask about something about Bitcoin.
yes, yes.
If someone changed the Bitcoin block in the blockchain,
Mhm.
so this affect to the previous all blocks, then how the networks recover it, the whole blockchain?
Okay, so the example I was, you have more question from that, or this is the question?
What, sir?
You have one more question, like only this is the question, like you
No,
have the
only
question.
this is the question. Then how network recover it? Uh,
So the
when
example I was
yeah.
giving, my like I was not saying that anyone can come and tamper that blockchain. The example which I was giving, if someone tries to do that, then what happens? This is not technically or feasibly possible to someone to change. If someone want to change the blockchain or someone want to hack the blockchain, he has to change the data of every blockchain. Like let me go to that image again and explain what I want to say. So you are changing that if someone changes the data here and the whole blockchain become invalid, then how the network survive this kind of attack? So this is your question, right?
Yeah.
So this is not possible in the blockchain. That is what I was trying to explain. That this is not possible. If let's suppose you came here and you have changed the transaction here, okay, you try to change the transaction. Let's suppose somehow, although this is also very complex that you can change, but I am let's supposing that you are you are a very good hacker and you have changed that transaction here in the blockchain. So what will happen? That was I was explaining to you that if someone changes the data here, its hash changes. Okay, and has this hash changes, this whole blockchain become invalid. So once the blockchain become invalid, it don't allow this. Okay, so it once because before transaction getting stored in the blockchain, you have studied all the path like how the transaction get verified, because all the transaction get broadcasted to all the network, then it is verified, then it get added to the blockchain. So if someone will recognize that if the this transaction is making the blockchain invalid, how can someone allow this transaction to be happen? Like this whole system is to ensure that this thing not happen. I was just taking the example here that if someone changes the data here, then blockchain become invalid. So this is so now this is a hypothetical condition. If someone really wants to hack the blockchain, he has to change the transaction here. The hash of this blockchain changes. He have to do for the all the subsequent blocks. He have to like to if he just let's suppose he has changed the transaction here, this become invalid. He have to again do this for this blockchain. Then this block does it like all the subsequent block from the blockchain. So this through this mechanism, or we can say through this technique, this immutability is restored, and no one can change this transaction in the blockchain. So this is the core essence of the blockchain. Don't confuse it.
If we want to change a block, then every person who is presenting in the in that blockchain wants to accept that change.
Yes,
And
yes.
there are millions of people who would like
Hmm.
if they want to change it, they won't accept. So
There
that's
is a
why
term known there is a term known as consensus mechanism, where you will get to know that it is not simply like that this transaction is you have changed the transaction here and this transaction get stored and this it is not like that. There is a mechanism running behind that which we will study in this topic, consensus mechanism. How someone agrees to this, like this transaction is stored or this transaction is valid or this transaction is not valid. Let's suppose Varun paid me 200 rupees, but there can be a possibility that Varun don't even have 200 rupees, or Varun has not paid me 200 rupees. So how this is ensured that Varun has 200 rupees and Varun has paid me 200 rupees? This is ensured through a mechanism known as consensus mechanism, and that mechanism is a whole topic in itself that ensured only a valid transaction gets stored in the block. So this is the complete picture. No one can come into the block and change the transaction like entering the value in a record. Like Varun has paid me 200 rupees. It is not easy for Varun to come into the block and change that transaction to 200 to 300 or 400. It is not that easy once the data is added to the blockchain. So any more doubts, or it is clear?
Uh, Sir, actually, there are
Hmm.
four types to how the network recovers. Means how the network react when someone altered the block. First one, like cryptographic validation, means each block contains a summary of its data, like a digital fingerprint, and the exact fingerprint of the block that come before it. If anyone alters a transaction inside a past block, that block fingerprints instantly change. Or second one is the chain reaction is
So you are
blockchain.
talking about the
Yeah.
nonce, like the nonce of the blockchain, although like the fingerprint you are talking about is the nonce which we have skipped for that part. Like we are not getting deep into that the nonce of that blockchain, like it is the very unique value like nonce which is generated every time. So that unique fingerprint you are talking about is the nonce which is present in this image as well. So we are not going that deep into that because as it is just a simple representation. The unique value which you are talking about is that nonce written here. Like you are talking that this nonce as whenever someone tries, like you have to change all the values. Like as this hash is not calculated with just the time stamp, like all the values present here, they are all responsible for the calculation of that hash. And as you are that the point you are mentioning is 100% correct. Like this had some unique fingerprints, so the
Yeah.
nonce here act as like that. So this is so we are skipping that part, like what is nonce and what is stamps, and we have just to explain the essence of the blockchain. But yes, that thing you are mentioning that every block has a cryptographic fingerprint, and when someone tries to change the data, this nonce also changes, and even the time stamp and that all everything. No one you have to change everything. Like as this is pretty clear that every block has a unique time stamp in itself. Like this block is added at this time, this block is added. So it is very much computationally expensive, and it make it very illogical to change the data in the blockchain. It is very
It's like if attacker has a 50% or more than computational power, then they
Yeah.
easily do it.
Yes, but
A
you can realize
51%
that
attack.
yeah, in the PW like the proof of work consensus mechanism, it is like logically very impossible to alter over the 51. It is
It's
possible
really
in the private
impossible.
block.
Really,
it is
really impossible in Bitcoin and Ethereum both, because
in the
Ethereum,
public
yeah,
blockchain.
Ethereum also had a large amount of stake, like 32
Yes.
Ethereum. It's not
Yes.
possible to alter easily.
Yes. And if you that type of attack which you are mentioning is very common in the like private blockchain where the number of nodes are very limited. So this
Yeah.
kind of attack, like that 51% attack, is pretty common in the blockchains which have a very less number of nodes. So to prevent
Yeah.
that nodes, you can have a high number of nodes and that. So yes, the thing you are mentioning, it is not very possible. And in the proof of stake, you have to have the control of the 51% of the fund staked in that platform. So these are the consensus mechanism which we will jump
But
later into that part.
in the past, we see that there is a one version of Bitcoin is Bitcoin Cash. The Bitcoin Cash is the forked version of Bitcoin. So this is also like a altered block, because the half community members decide to make our own chain, make
Mhm.
their own chain, and remaining the community decide to stay on Bitcoin only. So
See, there
this
are
is
two kinds of fork. Yeah, like one is hard fork and the other is soft. So this the thing you are mentioning. I think that is kind of a hard fork. Like they completely started their own chain starting from the that part. But as you have heard about the DAO attack, so that was a kind of a soft fork. Like all the transaction and the people that happened into the block that stayed there. But coming from that chain, they started their own chain. So
yeah.
the thing you are mentioning is the kind of a hard fork where the people from the blockchain have started their own nodes and they started their own transaction. So yeah, there can be limitations like the number of nodes was very less, so that kind of attacks can happen. Correct.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes,
I hope it's
actually, I would like to add one point. Like, of course, there are some basic framework about the technology, but again, as you have already seen that there are exceptions are always there, or some kind of we can say modifications are allowed. And even though we can say smart contracts cannot be changed, but again, upgradable smart contracts are there, so that you can directly make a change. Then governance and voting is there to make a change. So even though theoretically and as per framework basis, we can say that this is immutable, nothing can be changed. But there are few ways where it is needed. Of course, the limitations are there and challenges are there. But if it is really needed, there are exceptions are always there. So we can see like that in that manner.
yes, but it's good that you have understanding of all that terms and you're already aware about that cryptographic fingerprints and that hard fork. So we have a good audience, Varun, this time. Like you're already aware about this all the topics. So maybe these topics, Web one, as maybe this is designed for the beginners level. So we have these simple
Yes.
topics like Web one, Web two.
We already
But
had covered
yes,
in our previous webinars. If you will like get a time, we will share our YouTube link where already 6 webinars are already uploaded, where we had covered DeFi and attacks, security, and blockchain in detail in our previous webinars. So you all can go through our already webinars which are available on YouTube, and you all will get very good deep down insights around the blockchain technology in as simple and as layman manner as possible.
so I hope it is clear to you, if you have any more doubts, you can ask me. Like okay, so I hope it is clear. Like like the question which you were asking about. So let's jump to this Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3 part. So what is Web 3? Before understanding Web 3, let's understand what is Web 1, then Web 2, then we will jump to the Web 3 part. So this is the evolution of internet. Like when the internet get launched, the websites were static. Like the data present on the website were static. Let's take the example of Wikipedia, Yahoo directories. So once developer enters some amount of data and upload it to the internet, that data don't changes dynamically. That data stayed on the network as long as no any changes made by the developer. So this was the first form of the internet where the data was static And what I mean by static, we will understand when we will understand the Web 2, like what is the dynamic data. So after the Web 1, the websites are very simple, the data was static. Then their Web 2 comes into the picture. The data here was all the characteristic of Web 1 was there, but the data here was dynamic. So what I mean by dynamic, let's take the example of Facebook. So if someone sends you message on the Facebook, that message gets popped up. Someone likes your picture, that notification gets pop, and someone comments. So all the data like comments, likes, messages, this data were dynamic, which can be changed over the time dynamically. So this is the difference between a Web 1 and Web 2. Like the data present on the Web 1 was static, and this Web 2, the data was dynamic. But the one more limitation was there in the Web 2, that the every data was stored on some centralized server. Like the ID which you are using, the Facebook ID which you are using, the Gmail server, so everything which you are using is stored on some server. So Web 2 was like renting a home. You can live there, you can use their server, but it is not your own home. It is just like renting a house, you are living in it. But then Web 3 come into the picture, where the all the characteristics like dynamic and everything was present into the Web 3. But the you own that data. Like you don't rely on any central servers like in the Web 2 which was there. So Web 2 was your rented house, and Web 3 is like your own home. The data here is dynamic, and you can own that data as well. Not any central authority like Facebook or Gmail is holding your data. You are the owner of your own data in the Web 3. So Web 3 is the decentralized form of network, which is the most trending term you have heard, like Web 3. So this is the complete picture, and theoretical point of view, you can read this point, like what is Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. So this is also a very important question which generally asked in the beginners level of interview in the Web3 or any part. So this is the complete picture of the blockchain,
Yes.
where we understand.
Again, presentation mode is missing. So then
So this was the complete picture of the blockchain. Everyone, like we have understood the transaction, the life cycle of the transaction, what is a blockchain, and we have understood the blockchain from the life cycle, how transaction happens, and how that it's get added in the block. That blocks get broadcasted to the network. Miners validate that transaction, and that transaction get added into the blockchain. So these are the some of the use cases. What is hashing? We have understood. What is the limitation? Some good questions also arises from there. Like, what if is this similar? Like every input has the similar output. So we have addressed that question as well, and we have understood the this Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, and blockchain and cryptocurrency. So if anyone have any doubt till here, you can ask, and then we will jump to the most interesting part of this webinar, where we will understand what is AI and what is generative AI, and everything we will revolve around the AI. So if anyone have any doubt till here, at any part thought till here, you can unmute, or if someone cannot unmute, they can drop in the chat.
one message. Can you explain a bit more about the connection between blockchain and Web3? Utkarsh, can you hear me?
Yes, Swaroop.
One
So-
question from Prakidha. Prakidha, yes. Can you explain a bit more about the connection between blockchain and Web3?
Blockchain and Web3 are not like some different entities. Like Web3, as I have explained, this is the evolution of the internet, and this evolution is back. Like Web3 is based on this blockchain technology as well. Like there is not some different entities. Like Web3 is just the space, or we can say a term given to this era of internet. Like Web3 is the term given to this era of internet where everything is decentralized. So there is not any like
And
connection like
there
between
is
them.
one
It is
more
just-
point, like we talk about when we talk about the Web 2, like when we talk about the Web 1, that is read only. Then we talk about the Web 2, read and write. And then we talk about the Web 3, read, write, and own. Right? Owning the things is like defining the Web 3 word, where decentralization is there. You are not dependent on any centralized authority for entering into the system, your data, security, everything is not dependent on any of the single authority, which is generally a Web 2 or centralized ecosystem. In Web 3, you are owning your own things. Like smart contracts written into there, and everything is managing with the help of a code written in a Solidity language or Rust, or like any of the blockchain language, and everything is written in form of smart contract where every condition is written and governing by the software only, and all the decisions are happening on the basis of the inputs available to the condition. HOE tokens are replacing or adding into the blockchain, and how tokens are replacing or adding into the blockchain, and how it is more secure in blockchain. Tokens are replacing or adding into the blockchain. Utkarsh, are you getting one more question? How tokens are replacing or adding in the blockchain, and how it is more secure in the blockchain?
The tokens are like what is it, Sarah? Like Sarah's tokens are the representation, or we can say the representation of some asset onto the blockchain, like digital asset. So, what is your question? Like how they are replacing or adding in the blockchain? So they are just the representation of the some digital asset onto the blockchain, and like they are used to represent some unique. Like there are two types, or mainly two types of token in the Ethereum, like fungible and non-fungible tokens. So the fungible tokens are the one that you can that can be used to that are exchangeable like ERC20 or like that. So what is your actually question, like replacing and adding to the blockchain? So how tokens are more secure in the blockchain? So this is the definition of the token, but what is your question? I'm not getting that. Or adding in the blockchain and how it is more secure in the blockchain.
And if we talk about the tokens, like tokens are generally used to provide, generally if we talk about the tokens or native currency of the blockchain, which is used to pay the gas fees or the transaction fees for the transaction into the blockchain, and how do these tokens gets generated, it depends on the blockchain, like what is the mechanism, how much initial tokens will be generated for that particular blockchain. This is also, all this is a part of a we can say tokenization process of the blockchain, like how much is the supply of the tokens, and how much total tokens will be generated for that blockchain. Like for Bitcoin, it is like 21 million tokens will generated only for the Bitcoin, and then no extra token can be generated around the Bitcoin. That is why that Bitcoin has a value, because when you have a limited supply, because in if we talk about the financial aspects of any of the financial currency, it depends on the demand and supply. When demand is more and supply is limited, only 21 millions tokens of Bitcoin can be generated, and everyone is ready and willing to buy the Bitcoin. That's why the price is getting increased for the Bitcoin on the concept of demand and supply. But this is not the case with Ethereum, because if we stop generating the Ethereum tokens and there will be a limited Ethereum tokens into the supply, then how a person can use Ethereum products and services? Because Ethereum product, in order to use Ethereum product and services, you need to provide Ethereum tokens as a gas fees. So we cannot, Ethereum token supply cannot be a limited, it is unlimited, because all the applications are getting developed on the Ethereum. Like if you need to run a car, you need to get a petrol, fulfill the petrol and diesel into the car. If we will limited the supply of petrol and diesel, then cars will not be able to perform their action. Similarly, the applications and product and services getting developed into the Ethereum network, if there will not be a Ethereum available as a gas fee, then users will not be available to use Ethereum product and services. So and this is defined at the time of the when the blockchain is being discovered. So this is all token mathematics. It is a kind of a token economics. It's a kind of a tokenomics which which needs to be defined at the starting of the initial coin offering ICO. Like what is the use case of the blockchain and how much tokens needs to be generated time to time. I hope like this will add some more value towards the token, how the tokens works.
So I think Varun, we should start with the AI part of this webinar. So till here we have understood the complete picture of the blockchain, like
Yes,
what is
we have
blockchain.
we have one quiz section also available for the blockchain knowledge which you have gathered till now. But we have a plan that you can attempt both the quizzes, AI quiz as well after the completion of this AI section of the webinar. And so that's why we are not opening our quiz section. We will open our quiz section at the end of the this AI webinar as well, and
Hmm.
then you can attempt the quizzes in order to like check your knowledge and okay, yes, Kash.
Okay, so let's jump to our next section, like artificial intelligence. So, which is one of the most, like, no one needs the introduction, like what is AI. Everyone know what is artificial intelligence, all this chat GPT era. Like, but the goal of this section of this webinar is to not just make you understand like what this chat GPT, LLM like, but we will give you a deeper understanding of what actually is AI, what is the actual definition of AI, what is the evolution in the field of AI, like just generative AI, like agentic AI, how this evolved, and why this trend like get boom in this recent area only, why this development was not in the previous time. Like we will understand everything from the basic point of view. So let's start. Like let's understand first of all what is artificial intelligence. So AI is just, we can say, a technology which can has its own understanding, or it can recognize its own some pattern based on some existing data. It can have its understanding from the previous data it have. Let's suppose there is a AI model, okay, and there is that AI model. What happened? You give him you give that AI model images of cats. Okay, you give them lots of images of cats, and you give that AI model lots of images of dog. So based upon that data, that model has a capability of analyzing the trend or analyzing the pattern into that image and classify that images like is. And now when you give the image of then now if you give an unidentified image of cat or dog, that model has a capability to recognize it, whether it is a dog, whether it is a cat. So what I mean by that AI is a field or of the technology that can analyze and understand the patterns in the data. So this is the core essence of artificial intelligence, that artificial intelligence can understand or draw patterns from existing data. So this is the complete picture of AI. This is the complete definition of AI. So which you understand. Like most people nowadays just understand that AI is limited to chat GPT, these LLMs. But this is the core, this is the most traditional in we can say the definition of artificial intelligence. So most of the people who are already into this space must know about the terms like machine learning and deep learning. We will give a little bit introduction about the difference between AI, machine learning, and then we little bit about deep learning, and then we will jump to the main section of this AI part, which is what is generative AI, how this is different from traditional AI, and what is we can say agentic AI. So let's understand what is machine learning. So machine learning is the subset, or we can say a sub part of this artificial intelligence, where machine can learn from the data. So how this happen in traditional programming? What happen? You give data, you write the program, and the result is in front of you. Let's suppose you have to add two numbers. So you write program to add two numbers. Let's suppose you take input A, you take input B, you write a program that sum is equal to A plus B. So that program generates output for you based upon the data and the program you have written. But the approach of machine learning is different. You give data, you give result, and then the model understand and programs, and then it can generate a new response based upon the new input data. So this is the main difference. If you understand this flowchart, the difference between the explicit traditional programming and machine learning approach. If you understand these two approaches, you will easily understand that what is the core essence of this machine learning. So what happened in machine learning? You give your model a lots of data, you give them a result also. Like you give them lots of images of cats and you classify these are the cats, these are the dogs. And when a new image, a non-labeled image you give, the model is able to predict whether it is a cat or a dog. So this cannot happen in your traditional programming. Let's stick to our simple basic example only. You have written a program to add two numbers. Now if you give another two number, it can add. But if you will give them three numbers or four numbers, you have to again come and change the code in your program. Then it can generate a new response. But in the machine learning approach, you don't write explicit program to add these two numbers. You just give your data like 2 plus 5 is equal to 2 plus 5 is equal to 7, like 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. You give lots of data to your model and result also. And your machine learning model derives pattern from this. That yes, 2 plus 3, it is the sum operation, and your model understand it. So when we can say unseen data is given to this model, based upon the learning algorithm this model has developed from the data and result, it can generate a new response. So I hope it is clear to you from this traditional programming how machine learning is different. So this is the artificial intelligence and this is machine learning. It is the subpart of AI, and the deep learning is the subpart of machine learning, where there is a we can say the concept of neural networks. Like the scientists have understood that the most intelligent thing, if we want to build the most intelligent machine, we have to take the example, we have to take the inspiration from the most intelligent object present on the planet. So they have derived this from the human brain, like how our brain function. We have a connection of lot of neurons in our brain, and the signal passes through all the neurons, and we understand the things more rapidly. So this is the core essence of the deep learning. We will not go much deeper into the deep learning. This is there are lots of topics into the deep learning, like how artificial neural network works, how they are connected, and we will not go into that. But for now, you just understand the difference between the AI, machine learning, and deep learning. They are not some different entities. AI is a broader term, all the traditional AI thing. Machine learning is the subpart of AI where the machine can learn from the data given to them, and deep learning is the subpart of machine learning where there is a concept of artificial neural networks. So this is the picture of what is AI, what is machine learning, and what is deep learning. So now we jump to the generative AI. Like what is generative AI? So, and how it is different from the traditional AI. So generative AI is the field of the artificial intelligence, or we can say it is a subpart of or advanced form of AI, where the models can generate their responses from their own, which is more like of humans. Like they can generate text, they can generate images, they can even generate speech. So this form, generative AI, is the advanced form of the artificial intelligence where models are capable of generating their own new content. So this is a most trending topic nowadays, and the most useful case where its application are used nowadays in every field. Like you have seen the LLMs like ChatGPT, Claude. What they are just the form of generative AI which are capable of generating fresh or their own content based upon your response. So this is the LLM. They are the large language models, are the example of generative AI. There are some text to speech models present, like you write the text and they generate the speech. There are some diffusion models, like they can generate images as well. You have heard about all the that Nano Banana of Gemini. And this is the video generation model, like code generating. So these are all the applications of this generative AI, which are heavily used in our day-to-day application nowadays. And this generative AI is the field which make the AI so much popular nowadays, and the AI is very heavily used in our daily operations. So this is the part which is known as generative AI. So how this is different from the traditional AI? So traditional AI, as we have already discussed, that it just find the patterns in the data and then try to make predictions, and it try to generate their own response based upon the data or the pattern which that model has analyzed from the previous. So it can only solve the problems like classification, which I have mentioned, that if we have given the images of dogs and cats, so that model can identify, yes, it is a cat, it is dog, based upon the pattern which it analyzed. So it can just be used in that form only in traditional AI, just for analyzing patterns, doing predictions, classification, and all. But generative AI is the very broader, or we can say the most powerful form of the AI, where the audio model can not only analyze the patterns or generate some responses based upon your data. No, it can generate its own unique response, which is more like of a humans. So this is the form of this is the clear difference between traditional AI and generative AI. It can create its entire new content, this generative AI, and all the application which we have just seen in the previous slide, like LLM models, text to speech model, video generation, image generation, are all the types of this generative AI. And the third term, which is agentic AI. Now, what is agentic AI? Agentic AI is a type of a AI which can perform action more like a human. Like it can plan or execute, it can plan and then execute and even reiterate on its execution. We will understand it better. We will take one example, like a very simple example of chatbots, and we will understand how that chatbots evolves over the time, and you can understand the whole picture, like how it was very LLM, very simple. Then there thing called retrieval augmented learning, like, and then we will understand the agentic. So on the example of this chatbot example, you will be not only understand the evolution of AI, you will also able to understand the difference between the simple AI, generative AI, agentic AI, RAG-based AI, everything. So what for now you just understand what is agentic AI. It can create its goal, it can execute it, and also replan it and do the things. Like it cannot, it not just like a simple you give the prompt and just a response. No, it can plan things, it can take actions, it can even adapt to the changes, and it can also ask you for the helps or like the most example, like if someone is using Claude Code, if someone of you are using the Codex, you can see how that agents work. Like agents, if you give the task to them, like create a simple example, let's create a HTML form for me. That agent plans things like I will do like this. Let's suppose you can see in the thinking tab that agents plans all the execution. Now, even after planning it, then it executes, then it also review its task. Then again, if there are any changes, that is done to them. So this is the main essence of the agentic AI. So before jumping to the key characteristics of the AI, we will understand this in more detail by understanding the example of a chatbot. Let's take the example of how the chatbots evolved over the time in the AI field. So first of all, take the example of a very we can say the most simple form of we can say chatbots, that is LLM based chatbots. Okay, so these are the LLM based chatbots. What are LLM based chatbots? We'll get to know. So LLM based chatbot. So what is this LLM based chatbot? And let's suppose we have a goal. Okay, we have to. There is a company which have to hire a backend engineer. Okay, so there is a goal that we have to hire a backend engineer, and company have a LLM based chatbot. So LLM based chatbot don't have their own memories. They just generate the response based upon the data they are trained on. If you will ask that I have to hire a backend engineer, it will respond you like, okay, you will have like he will not proactively ask you that, okay, like it don't have any personalized data from you that yes, you are the DigiChain company running in the Noida, you have this much of capacity, and you are hiring a backend engineer, your budget is it knows nothing. It just, you give the response to this chatbot, it just call the LLM model just generate a simple response like, yes, if you have to hire a backend engineer, it will not plan anything. There are like, this is not just a simple task to hire a backend engineer. There are set of goals, like you have to prepare the JD, you have to screen the interview, you have to schedule the interview, you have to send the mails, then you have to interview, then send the confirmation email. So these are the some of the set of tasks, we can say the sub task involved in this pattern. So this LLM chatbot cannot do like this. You have to tell this chatbot to create the JD for you. You have to like create a backend dev JD for me. Okay, then he will simply create a backend developer JD for you, and it will give it to you. Now he will look, now this step is done. Now you have to give another response to this chatbot, like, yeah, okay, this is the JD, but this JD is not giving me responses. Improve this JD, or do any changes like increase the experience, like increase experience from 2 to 5 years. So then he will give you again the JD. Then you can give the responses and get the response back from this LLM based chatbot. So you can see how simple it was. Like just you give the response, it give you the response back. So after that, what happened? After this, after LLM based chatbot, then there comes RAG based chatbot. You must have heard about this term. This is a lot. So it is very trending nowadays. RAG. So it is stand for retrieval augmented generation. So what this chat now, the company, you have seen the limitation of this LLM based chatbot. Now this, let's suppose this is our chatbot 2, and augmented generation. Okay, so this is the form of the chatbot, retrieval augmented. What this chatbot does, you provide this chatbot a data about yourself. Like this chatbot has all the information about you. Like this chatbot knows that what you are, what the company you are running. You give that I'm the DigiChain company, I'm running in Noida, I have this much of budget for the backend engineer, and I have this much expectation. This all the information is given. We can say this all the information is given to the chatbot previously, and based upon that data, that chatbot can generate some response, personalized response, we can say. So how you can understand how this chatbot is different from this traditional LLM based chatbot, as this chatbot have all the data about you. So it have all the data about you, like your company, your budget, everything which I just mentioned. So this chatbot can, if you will prompt him that create a backend developer JD for me, it can understand, yeah, okay, your budget is 50,000 per month, let's suppose, and you are hiring in Noida. So it will automatically frame a JD, which will be personalized, like it will be personalized to you, and it will be highly personalized to you. Like it will already mention that it is for the Noida location, it is for the 50,000 per month budget, it is the roles and not everything this chatbot is provided with. So you can understand how personalized, or we can say how more accurate response this chatbot can generate. But still this chatbot, what are the limitations? This chatbot will not have its own memory. This chatbot cannot see, like it cannot see what my JD, how my JD is performing, is the sources which this JD is generating is legit or not. This chatbot cannot interpret this. This is just reactive, we can say. You give the prompt, it gives you the prompt. But how this is different? Because it is generate more personalized response. One more chatbot before going to agentic chatbot, which I like to mention here is, now this is the chatbot free. This is the more advanced form of this chatbot. This is tool augmented chatbots. So what these tool augmented chatbots do? What these tools augmented chatbots do? These are embedded, or we can say these are already linked or connected from the external tools like LinkedIn APIs, calendar APIs, email APIs, and it cannot just generate a response for you, but it can perform actions based upon that response as well. Let's suppose the goal is same for our chatbot. You have to hire a backend engineer. How this tool augmented chatbot will perform? This tool augmented chatbot will create a JD for you. It will generate the PDF. Let's suppose you have connected it from Canva, PDF, or Adobe, anything that can create give you the PDF as well. Now you have provided this chatbot with LinkedIn APIs as well. It can post that JD to the LinkedIn as well. You have calendar APIs integrated with that chatbot as well. So it can also schedule interviews. It can also schedule interviews with you. Like this chatbot has the ability, like suppose you have integrated calendar, it can search like at Monday 5 p.m. just Varun Gupta is available. Then he can schedule the interview at that time. And even after scheduling interview, there you can augment it with Gmail as well. You can augment Gmail with a key that send Gmail. You can send mail to the selected candidates, like send mail for interviews, and even for if the someone is selected or anything. So this chatbot can generate response as well as get embedded with the external tools and make your hiring process more easy for you. Like they can perform all the transaction and even execute it for you. So these are the three chatbots, but still this chatbot don't have its own memory. Like you understand, like it cannot plan or goal. So these are some of the chatbots which you can understand how the chatbot or how this AI field evolved. But still our most important, or we can say the most advanced form of chatbot is still left here, which we will understand. Now, all the limitation from all this chatbot is that they don't have their own memory. You have given the task, some have pre-information from you, so they generate some more personalized response. Let's suppose you have taught tools augmented chatbot, so they can embed external tools, but still this agentic AI chatbots take this to the another next level. Now, let's suppose you have agentic AI chatbot. So what this agentic AI chatbot does, what is the approach of this agentic AI chatbot is this: just you have given hire a backend engineer task to this, hire a backend engineer. So it will take this prompt, or we can say this response, not just as a simple prompt. It will take this as a goal. So this is the most important part of this agentic chatbot, which make it completely different and more advanced from its previous versions. Like it converts this prompt into a goal. Not only just he change it into a goal, it also plans it. Like he has goal is given to him, hire a backend engineer. He redefined his goal. Like, yes, I have to hire a backend engineer for DigiChain company with this requirements. And then after setting up the goal, he also plans it. So are you seeing how personalized he is performing like a human, not just like a simple chatbot, or not just like a simple LLM, just you are sending the response and it is reacting to it, or not just it is only also augmented with the tools, but its approach is somewhat trying to mimic the role of a real HR or the role of a real person, how the real person will approach this problem. He will identify his goal, then he plans. In that plan, he will plan that, okay, I have to prepare the JD. After the JD, I have to ask him, I have to ask the prompt who is sending the, I have to ask my user that this is the JD, is this correct? After that JD is finalized based upon my response, it again say that yeah, it will again suggest me, okay, so LinkedIn is a more suitable platform for this hiring a backend engineer. It will generate that. After that, also he will also see that the responses coming on my JD. Someone applied. Let's suppose 5 candidates apply. He can even shortlist from that 5 applicants, and he can give me the 2 response. Then even after that, he can ask me, should I send the Gmail? Should I send the emails to this selected participants for the interview? He can send the emails as well. Then also the task is not over. All the plans which he defines here, like then he will ask me like, can I schedule an interview with this interview schedule? After scheduling the interview, he will ask me like which guy you are selecting. I will ask him that I'm selecting guy A. Then he can ask you like, should I send the offer letter to this? So you have seen how the approach of the chatbots, or we can say, so why I'm taking this example, this chatbot example, is to give you the glimpse of how the things have evolved from the traditional AI to some RAG-based AI, some tool augmentation, and how this agentic AI is transforming it more completely. And no one knows what comes after that. Maybe more advanced version is already in the execution. The researchers are researching about it. But the goal of this whole chatbot example is to give you the glimpse about how this AI technology is evolving, how the approach of evolving by taking the example of this chatbot. So we will dive more into this agentic AI where we left in the PPT, that characteristic part. So you have seen how powerful is agentic AI chatbot is. Through this example, it is pretty evident to you that LLM based, the response of LLM based, the RAG based tool augmented, and AI agentic AI chatbot. So this is the complete picture of the evolution of AI. Now we will jump to the more as in our the goal of this webinar is to get you more deeper into the agentic AI. We will understand some of the basic characteristic of the AI, like which you have already understood most of the topic in this chatbot example. But just for the theory point of view, we will understand in the more deep, like what is autonomy, like the ability to make decision and take action independently. So this agentic AI, the AI models are capable of taking the decisions and independently, and not only they can make decisions also in like in Claude Code or in Codex. If you have given some problem statement, you can see that they are thinking in that way, then they recorrect them. Then they think, okay, this approach is correct, no, but I think this will increase the time complexity of this program, I will recompute it. And then they reprogram it, and then they keep doing that, reiterating this planning and all. So this is the characteristic, one of the main characteristic of agentic AI, which is autonomy, which make them take decisions as well as execute them independently. You have seen in the chatbot example as well that it can plan according to it, like I have to create a JD and then take the decisions also independently. Now, this is the first point which I have mentioned in the chatbot part, that they are goal oriented. Like you have given a prompt to them, hire a backend engineer. They have set a goal, like I have to hire a backend engineer, and then they plan their task in such a manner to achieve that goal. So first one is autonomy, second is goal oriented. So this AI agentic AI, the models are goal oriented. Third is planning. So as we have already seen in the chatbot example, to hire a backend engineer, they just not generate a simple response. They think, they plan what I have to do. They plan that I have to prepare a JD. They plan that I have to screen them. They plan that I have to post it on LinkedIn or any other job portals. Then they again plan that, okay, I have to schedule the interview. So whole this planning is also the main characteristic of the agentic AI. And also they are capable of reasoning as well. Like they can, you can see how much it is resembling to human. That's why they are known as agents. Like that's why they are called as agentic AI. Like all the characteristics which we are discussing, everything like reasoning, decision making, this all are resolving that this is more like thinking of a human. So they are also capable of reasoning. Like they can integrate the information and they can draw conclusion. Let's suppose if their response is generating error, they can conclude that, okay, my this response is generating error. Maybe I should retry some another approach. They can also remember, okay, my previous approach was not correct. It is not generating good JD or something like that. They can again reiterate it and again think. So they have also the capability of reasoning as well. And the adaptability, like as I've already in the example we have shown, let's suppose they have prepared a goal, they have created a plan, they are executing that plan as well. But that is adapt like that. Let's suppose that JD is not performing good on LinkedIn. So they can even adapt and change the plan according to it. So see, you can see how this is matlab, how much this is closely we can say aligned to the humans. Like जो कुछ चीजें मतलब like humans कर सकते हैं, like they can plan, they can execute, they can adapt. So everything is present in this agentic AI characteristic. So the ability to modify plan, strategy, and action when circumstances changes. So they can do like this as well. And the other characteristic is context awareness. So वो जो relevant and more information which we provide them, they are aware about that. Like if we are saying that you have to hire a backend engineer, they know about, yes, to hire a backend engineer, what are the characteristics I must be aware of? What are the, we can say, what are the requirements of a backend engineer? What is the experience which a DigiChain company can offer to them? So these are all some of the characteristic or components, we can say characteristic of the agentic AI. They are autonomous, they are goal oriented, they plan, they have the ability of reasoning, they adapt to the changes. They are not just a simple program that, well, yes, this is the code, I have to perform this action. No, they are completely adaptable to the changes in the environment. And context awareness, as we have already mentioned. So these are some of the components of the agentic AI. The previous which one we have talked, they are the characteristic, like what agentic AI do. Like, but how this agentic AI work? Like agentic AI itni planning, reasoning, how this action is done. So these are some of the components which help AI agentic. If you understand these components, you will understand the working of the agentic AI. Like agentic LLM, there is the LLM model, okay, that large language model which is used for generating responses and how this response should be addressed. After that address, there is an orchestrator. It coordinates the workflow. You know, like the operation here, it generates some response, but the orchestrator, what it does, it execute or it can the जो planning वाला जो part था, like that planning, how to do that planning, this is addressed or we can say executed at this orchestrator level. And this is the mainly responsible for this planning part. So it plans and help the model to define its goal in a more breakdown way, or we can say in a planned way. So this is the work of orchestrator. Not only this, after this generated this, or this has its own memory also. Let's suppose you have told that, okay, don't mention, I only need a backend engineer who can actively work in the Noida. So it is stored into this memory. Like if you will ask him to regenerate the response, or if you will ask him to tweak something in the JD, that I want to hire a backend engineer not from the 3 year, but I need a 5 year experience. So it will remember, okay, it is for the backend, it is for the Noida location. So it has its own memory as well. So okay, so also and the tools, as we have seen that in the tool-based chatbot, like your chatbot can be augmented to the external tools. This can also be done. So this is the one component of the agentic AI. Now the planning modules. So AI agent can plan its execution, as we have already seen, and the reasoning engine, like the cognitive reasoning or everything like a human, it can plan and execute as well. So these are and the execution layer, like after all this story, like generating response, orchestrating into the plans, storing things in the memory, augmenting it with the tools, it can this is the execution layer. that after combining all the components from this layer, it get executed. So and after that also the picture don't ends here. Like for the most of the LLMs, or we can say for the most of the chatbots, the story gets ended here in the reasoning level. But uh, the in the agentic AI workflow, it don't get end here. There is a feedback loop as well. Like after doing all this, it takes feedback also. Like let's suppose if the models perform well, you said yes, the goal which we think of, like we have to hire a backend engineer. It takes your feedback on this, that how my performance was like that, and it can again, when it will regenerate and for the next time, it can address your feedback and regenerate that response more accurately, more focused on your feedback. So these are some of the components of a agentic AI, how that thing or how that accuracy is achieved in agentic AI. So these are some of the components like brain orchestrator, memory tools, planning module, reasoning engine, and execution layer. So this whole components make this a complete we can say a very advanced form of artificial intelligence that happen. So one most of the famous doubt are there in to the beginners that this AI is into the field from the many years, like more than 50, 60 years, the AI is in the picture. But during the recent times, the development has been taken place significantly. This machine learning was also there into the picture, but it was not growing exponentially as it is growing now. So the main limitation of these AI models are that they needs lots of data. And in previous time, like in early times, there were the limitations of data. Like you know that 128 MB was also a very big thing back in the 90s era. So we have very limited of data. And there is an interesting fact, like till 2015, the entire data which we have generated, we have then generated same amount of data in the next just 1 year in 20 till between 2015 and 2016. So you see the enormous. You can take example of yourself also, from waking up in the morning to sleeping in the night. You individually generate lots of data onto the internet. So this data has increased significantly in the previous time, and also the computational power as this model along with requiring lot of data, this computational also requires CPU or very high-end GPUs. So, and as in the recent time, everyone has a very advanced GPU. They can perform very complex computational problems as well. So the increase in the data and this increase in the capacity of computational power helps these machine learning models and these deep learning models perform very well in the recent days. That's why after 2015 or 2016, you have seen the adoption and uses of these chatbots very heavily. And this is also very increasing very rapidly. That's why for the although most of you must have known that we need chips for that, we need data centers for that artificial intelligence, we need lots of water for cooling and all. So this is the whole picture, because learning AI model is not just a simple writing. It is not just like writing a simple program. Your model gets trained, your model gets lots of data, it derives pattern. So this whole process, because although it is just a computer only, so it requires lots of computational executions, and for that computational executions, you need a high-end GPUs or CPUs. So this is the complete picture, and why this trend after 2015, this there is exponential growth into this field of AI, machine learning, and deep learning. So this was the complete picture where we understood that what is traditional, what is simple AI, and what is this generative AI, how it is different from traditional AI. And through that chatbot example, we have seen how it is evolved from simple LLM based to RAG, then tool augmented, and then this agentic AI, and the components of this agentic, this characteristic, how this is goal oriented, adaptable, context awareness, and everything, and the components of agentic AI. So this whole concludes the picture. This whole scenario concludes the picture of artificial intelligence. So till here, if anyone have any doubt in any part, like in this
And
topic, you can
and
ask.
we are developing agentic AI solutions as well in DigiChain Pioneers. Like we do believe that in upcoming next 1 year, agentic AI will like take place in lots of areas. Like you need to do the flight booking, hotel booking, or travel bookings. Not only in bookings, like I am just giving you an example. So you don't need to go individually on and opening Make My Trip app, and now you are finding hotels one by one, then you are deciding the budget. Then at one place you are booking the hotel, another place you are booking the flights, another place you are finding the itinerary for the travel. You just need to give the instructions to your agents, and agents will do the all the work in your behalf as per your given goal. As Utkarsh already mentioned, these agentic AI systems work on the basis of the given goal, and as per the given instruction, they will search the best out of the best proposals. And even though they can make the payment on your behalf, and you will get the ready-made tickets for the hotels, flights, itinerary, everything you will get automatically by the help of these agents. And these agents are not getting applied only for the bookings. Everywhere in every aspect of the life, these agents are going to come and placing an important role. So in next 1 to 2 years, you will find it out that every one of us will get surrounded by many of the agents, and many of the tasks which we are doing currently manually, we will take the help of the agents. And companies are also automating their businesses with the help of the agents. So there will be two kind of forces which will be working together. One human and another will be agent. So any company can have thousands of agents working for the company, and few of the people are working for the company. So this is going to change the future drastically. That's why we are so bullish that this agentic AI can change the whole picture in next 1 year.
Also the
Yes, Utkarsh.
Yes, also the all the development models which you are using like Claude Code, like Codex, like these are all are agentic AI based. And if you are also if you are aware about the fields in the AI, the all the startups that are building in the space currently in the AI, that era has gone where you are building the traditional AI chatbots and all that getting trendy. But this agentic AI is in lots of trend nowadays. So you must be aware about how this agentic AI work. What are the characteristics of this agentic AI? What are the components of the agentic AI that helps agentic AI to perform the way it is currently performing? So these are the some of the main components. And we have also addressed the question like why this whole trend gained lots of traction in the recent time only due to that computational limitations which we have. So this was the whole picture of agent law. I hope everyone is aware about like what is the difference between traditional AI and generative AI, and also the components about the agentic AI. This whole webinar was more focused toward the agentic AI, but we will try to cover the more topics about the AI. Like machine learning is in itself is a very deep topic. There are multiple algorithms working in the backend of the machine learning. Like we have just told here that we give the data to the computer, it get trained, but it is not as simple as it is looking in this image. It is not as simple like you have given the data, you have given the result, it is doing computation, and it is giving you the program, and our machine learning model is trained. No, this is a very simple representation. There is in this computation field, there is a whole field running, or we can say a whole world is running in this computation rectangular box, like how our model is getting trained, what are the algorithms that are responsible
Utkarsh,
for training.
okay. One more question from Hiral, that any combination combined where blockchain plus AI is coming together,
Yes,
product or service.
Yes, we can definitely integrate this technologies like as you have seen in the agentic. Let's stick to this here only agentic AI. Like you build a agentic AI workflow that can assist you in the wallet security. Or let's suppose there is a cross-border payments in stablecoin. There can be a agentic AI workflow, or we can say a assistant that can assist in that workflow. Like you have a goal to assist. Like let's suppose that agentic AI will have a goal to assist you in the cross-border payments part. So he have a goal, he can plan according to that and help you in that way as well. You can have a AI agentic based wallet management system. You can have a agentic AI based crypto wallet dashboard management system. Let's suppose you are actively investing in crypto and your funds are distributed here and there. You can have a agentic AI workflow supporting your dashboard, your funds, anything like. So the blockchain technology can vary, like AI can be integrated almost. This is pretty you can see in the recent time also that AI is very easily getting integrated in every part, like in every technology, for sending automatic emails, for planning your itineraries, for scheduling interviews. So in the similar way, all the applications which are in the blockchain, they can be easily being assisted by AI, or you can leverage the technology of this agentic AI to generate a more accurate, or as a form of assistant, you can also leverage this in the field of blockchain. So yes, AI can be used in this field of blockchain plus AI combination. So these are some of the services or projects which you can think if you are trying to build, you can combine this technology there.
Yes, so Utkarsh completed. You have completed.
Yes, Varun, if anyone have any doubt or any feedback about till here, so they can give in the chat. Like if you have any doubts in the Web3 part also, like we have covered whole thing. So we before jumping to the quiz, we can take the feedback, and if any question in the blockchain in any part or in agentic AI workflow or any question related to the career path, they can ask. Then we can jump to the quiz part.
Before jumping the quiz, Utkarsh, can I share, I think, details, or we want to execute the quiz first?
You can share the detail, Varun, then we can.
Okay. So, okay, Prajwal, please share the quiz link here so that people can participate in the quiz as I'm sharing my screen. Share. Because my screen is available.
Yes, Varun.
So we just want to share a few more details with you. Meanwhile, Prajwal is sharing the quiz link with you. Is this available? Prajwal, Utkarsh, is my
Yes,
detail
Varun, your screen is visible.
okay. So we just let you know more about our company, what we are doing. So we already told you that we are working on the development of product and services, as well as we are trying to fill the gap in education, training, and consulting around the blockchain and as well as AI. So this is brief about our company. Like we are working on tokenization, we are working on decentralized applications, we are working on AI powered workflows, and this is all about like DigiChain pioneers, as I already told you, founded in late 2025. And our objective is to fulfill the gap in education, training, consulting, as well as developing the real pain solving product and services in blockchain and AI domain. So this is our mission vision. We will share all these details with you. And what we are building, we are building the core infrastructure around the tokenization platforms, identity and trust. We are developing one credential verification system and skill verification system for various colleges, universities. So we are solving the trust layer problem, which is available, which can be solved with the blockchain technology. And on the other side, we are trying to solve the infrastructure problem around the tokenization. We are working on decentralized products and all. And what technology and capabilities we are using. It's a like blockchain infrastructure engineering, tokenization systems, AI, and we are working on agentic AI solutions to automate any of the businesses and any of the product which required automation with the help of agentic AI. So we are working on that. So this is our company profile and complete detail which we share with you. I already shared my profile with you, and let me share the more details. So this is our company profile, and we are bringing one technical boot camp for the students and developers who are more interested. So we are planning to start with the technical boot camps for the blockchain and AI candidates for a upcoming month. It's a 1 month boot camp, So where like we will take you more deep dive around the blockchain basics, how it works. Like if you want to really work on the blockchain technology and want to work understand deep down about the coding part of the blockchain, like how the smart contracts can be written, how the solidity language works, and how the blockchain web3 is integrated with the web2 for provide developing end-to-end front-end and back-end solutions. So we are planning to bring bootcamp around the blockchain, where we will run this program for from foundation to smart contract development to dApps development to the advanced topic. Similarly, if AI is your area and you want to get deep down into the AI, where you want to develop the agentic AI solutions, and because we are already working on the real life cases of the projects into the AI and blockchain, so you can get the opportunity to participate into our upcoming technical bootcamp for a blockchain as well as for a AI part. And you will get the hand holding and you will get the exposure, how the real project gets developed and all. So this is like our brochure around it. Like we will provide and share all the details with you. Prajwal will share all the details with you. But if you are willing and interesting to work, you can work. And if I talk about the like what you will get, then like what if you will join and you will continue with this continue the program with us, what are the advantages and benefits you can get? I can like this is like this could be your next journey with us, and this could be your key takeaways with the journey. Like you will chance to work on real products, you will get a placement support, not exactly placement, but you can get the internship opportunities with us if you are doing well, if you are coding well, if you have the caliber to develop live products and projects on blockchain and AI, then you can get the internship opportunities with us. We will guide you for the interview. You will get the certificate of completion. You will get the community support, and you will get the recorded video lectures available. And so everything, every community support, if you will join our technical bootcamp program, these all things will be available to you. And if I talk about the fee, we are not charging any high fee, because we are already developing on B2B side, where we are developing the product and services for our customers. But we do believe that there is a huge gap in education, training, and consulting on blockchain and AI side. So we are starting technical boot camps. It's not a course, or it's a boot camp where we can provide the real environment where you can see that how the real products get developed around blockchain and AI. And Utkarsh will can guide you, can help you to understand how the technology gets integrated. And we will showcase you our products which we are developing. We will showcase you our tokenization product. We will showcase you our credential verification product, which we are developing for various colleges, universities, and the companies at the HR level. So you will get the exposure of live, real products around blockchain and AI if you will participate in this program. And of course, we are not charging any high fee. It's just a nominal fee to like to get you the to give you the exposure in best possible manner. So Prajwal will share all the details with you. And Prajwal, have you shared the quiz link? Have you all participated in the quiz section as well? I am stopping here sharing. So have you participated in the quiz as well?
Uh, no, as of now, I'm just sharing it.
So please share. I already had mentioned,
Okay.
so that students can participate in the quiz as
Yes,
well.
yes. Uh, Here is a link for a webinar quiz. Okay, please participate, everyone, and you'll get
We have
interesting
one
prizes.
announcement after the end of this webinar who will score very good and like fastest into this quiz. Then we have one announcement for the student as well, who will get the who will solve the quiz with the highest marks in a minimum time. So take your time and solve the quiz. So this is a great opportunity for all of you. Like if you wanna get real exposure and you wanna get associated with a blockchain technology company or AI technology company, and you wanna get a real exposure on live projects and understanding of a solidity programming or understanding of agentic AI, and you want to develop and build solutions around it, then this is a great opportunity for all of you to participate in our upcoming technical bootcamp, which I had already showed you. And I already had showed you what benefits you will get if you will get associated and participated in our upcoming technical bootcamp. If you have any questions around any of the point, you can ask and clarify with us. Of course, you also need to do a lot of work. You should have interest, and but again, these kind of opportunities are not easily available because no tech company is providing such opportunities. And as we already showed you from the starting, that we are working on two arms. Like we are a one part of our startup is providing education, training, and consulting, and another part of our startup is developing real product and services. So whosoever is taking education and training with us, we can open the door for the next opportunities where he or she can learn and work on live product and services. How we can get the certificate of this workshop, this webinar, or you are talking about the 1 month workshop? You will get the certificate, completion certificate of this webinar. We will share, Prajwal will share your completion, participation in this webinar after by today only or by next day. The workshop certificate you will get, you can get the workshop certificate as an internship, as a after completion of the workshop, you will get the certificate of the workshop as well from our company. And like we are not like charging anything high, like the prices is like just you need to like again like if anything you need to understand and learn, then there are very minimal prices for a student community we are charging. Otherwise uh, it's a kind of a negligible prices for attending 1 month bootcamp on AI, blockchain and AI. And Prajwal has shared the form as well for the certificate, so you can fill your name, and we will share your block webinar completion certificate, participation certificate very soon to all of you. And that certificate you can share into the LinkedIn community and with your friends and in your colleges, because when we did the webinars in the past webinars, various students got shared their completion participation certificate on LinkedIn and on their social media profiles, so that you can get more uh, we can say more trust factor is there. Okay, you did attended the webinar and you are trying to upgrade yourself into the upcoming technologies. This is like a kind of opportunity like is for you, all of you. And of course as a you are getting a chance to join and associate a blockchain and AI startup company, and whatever the support, community support we can provide you, we will try to provide all the support to you. You can go through our YouTube. We are present on LinkedIn. We are present on Insta. You can check our website. Our website is www.digichainpi.com. You can see the testimonials of the previous batches of the webinar students, and you can I can assure you that if you like join us, this could be your uh, good decision towards your career progress in blockchain and AI technology, because we are working day and night uh, to developing blockchain and AI products and services for the clients all across the world. Am I audible? Yes, Prasun. The boot camp timings currently, like we are planning that we will run two boot camps, for one for AI and one for blockchain, and it will be like 3 days, like Monday, any of the 3 days for uh, blockchain and any of the 3 days for AI, and of course there will be classes for around like 1.5 hour to between 2 hours for those, and Saturday will be a doubt clearing session. And the timings, like it depends on the batch preferences, like whatever the timing will be suitable for most of the students, and we can decide the timing as per the batch preference. Quiz done. Has everyone done the quiz so that we can check the results? Okay, we will cap it. Okay, I think okay, yes, yes, yes. Done. Okay, we will wait 2 more minutes, okay? Then we will announce the results. Let's take it. Everyone, please do it fast. So, okay, we will wait 2 more minutes or 1 more minute, and then we will share the results with you, like who has completed all the questions. Okay, let me check. Okay, so everyone is getting their scorecard on email, on their mails, like how much questions they had attempted, how many questions are correct, and how much time they took to complete the quiz section. Everyone completed? Okay, so we are considering everyone completed. So Prajwal, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So do you have final results with you?
Yeah, I can see the result. We will announce it in short time. Do we
Okay.
need to announce it here?
Yes, we can announce it here as well.
Uh, okay. So it is a final
Because
time,
if
like
let ask one more time if everyone has completed. Has everyone
so.
completed?
Can we make 156 as the last time of like participation? Result like any entries
Yes,
after
yes,
156 will not be accepted.
yes, yes.
Oh, okay, then it's the last time.
So many yeses are coming. I think everyone has completed or everyone is about to complete now.
Okay, we will announce the result at 2.
But if you have results, like we can announce,
Yeah,
no
we will
issue.
announce in 3 minutes. Let me check it like again.
Okay, okay. So you are finding out who has completed the quiz fastest, and maximum questions are right. Okay. So 2 more minutes. And you all will get your results in your mail as well. So you can check your mail right away. You will get the results, like how many questions you had attempted right, and in how much time have you took.
Okay, then I'm announcing the result. Uh, we got 20 participants in that, and the winner is Pratik Bhosle. He has scored 10 he has scored 10 out of 10 in 56 seconds.
Great. Pratik, for blockchain or webinar?
For blockchain track on blockchain.
Okay.
Yeah, he has
So
scored 10 out of 10 in
Pratik,
56 seconds.
is Pratik is there? Okay. So Legion, Pratik. Legion is Pratik.
Pratik Bhosle, are you here?
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
Pratik is
Legion.
okay. So congratulations, Pratik. And who has completed the AI one?
Yeah, just a minute, I'm telling you.
Mhm.
On AI, in 32 seconds. On AI track, it's Anshika Singh and scored 10 out of 10 in 103 seconds.
Okay, so we have our AI winner as well. Congrats, Anshika Singh. Okay, okay, great. So we have found like who are our winners for this quick section on blockchain and AI. And the final one of the like final announcement around the for the winners. Prajwal, you wanna take it?
Sorry, sir, can you please repeat it again?
I'm saying that you wanna announce like the what is like our final announcement for the winners.
Yeah, it's Pratik Bhosle and Anshika Singh. Pratik Bhosle on AI, blockchain, and Anshika on AI track.
Yes. So like I mean to say that for the winners, like we will if they are willing to participate in technical bootcamp, our technical bootcamp which we are planning to have a 1 month program. So like we will provide the technical bootcamp without any course fee for our winners. So Anshika, if you want to join our technical bootcamp, of course, it's like we are taking the registrations for now, and Pratik for the we are taking the registrations. But once the registration will complete, and if you want to join our technical bootcamp, we will not take any fee from you. So congratulations both of you, and congratulations everyone for participating in the quiz and understanding and learning for the from this webinar. Uh, the question is like we will share the link with you, everyone with you for the that course registration, and if you wanna if anyone else wanna participate, they can pay the minimum fee, which we had already shared with you, 999 plus 18% GST, and then the registration will be completed, and we will share the details with you further. So I think we have done with the webinar, today's webinar, and thank you everyone for your participation, active participation, and Prajwal will reach out all of you for the like who are interested for the registration for the technical bootcamp, and we will share the participation certifications with all of you. And thank you. Bye bye. We can close this webinar for now today. Have a nice weekend. Thank you, everyone. Okay, bye.